What's up, guys? So, I want to talk about something a little bit different today. Actually, it's a pretty common subject, arm wrestling training. So, a lot of you guys have asked me, how do you train in arm wrestling? And I think it's really different for every single person. For someone who's been arm wrestling for 6 months, it's completely different from someone who's arm wrestling for 15 years. I've had the privilege and the honor to talk to a lot of the top arm wrestlers in the world. I've talked to guys like Devin Larratt. I've talked to Mindaugas Tercedes. I've talked to a lot of guys like that. Paul Lynn, like a large variety too. They all have completely different training philosophies. The thing is you have to choose which one works the best for you. I think for beginner pullers, it is best to do more of like a Coach Ray kind of plan. You're doing a lot of the basic movements. You're kind of training it more to get used to everything. When you've been arm wrestling for a long time, you can kind of switch more to a Devin Larratt strategy. You focus on very specific movements, heavier loads. The Toddzilla program is great. It's focusing on just a little bit of everything, training hard, building up your tendons and ligaments. The Mindaugas training is very different. We just did a live stream with him. He says he does arm table time like once a week, and he's basically doing static holds during that, and then the rest of his training is pretty much just recovery, staying healthy, tendon ligament health. A lot of it is health. And you have to remember you can't train the same as a lot of these guys. You can't train the same as Devin. You're not Devin Larratt. You can't train the same as Levon. You're not Levon. You have to pick a program that works for you. Like I said, a beginner should be focusing more on just getting the movements down. Definitely prioritize table time. Table time once every other week when you start, and then once your tendons get a little bit more conditioned, go to every week. I think once a week is a pretty good strategy. Anything more than that, for most people, I would say no, especially for natural pullers. A lot of people don't realize this, but when you're in hands, when you're on steroids, when you're on peptides, when you're on SARMs, whatever, your recovery is completely different. You can recover much, much faster and you can do a lot more. Your body can handle more. But the thing is, like, a lot of the reasons that people on steroids have problems is because, yeah, their muscles can handle a lot more, but it takes a long time to condition your tendons and ligaments. A lot of people overtrain in arm wrestling. I think the European strategy is a lot better in some ways, like the Russian strategy. A lot of those guys, they do table time a lot differently than America. In America, it's like no pain, no gain. And that's not really the best way to do it. Personally, I've adapted my own training. I'm trying to do very specific movements. I'm training very specifically for my upcoming opponent, for what I want to do, for how I want to be stronger. And I'm doing arm wrestling training every day. So I pretty much do the same couple movements every single day. And then I do table time once a week. And then on top of that, I do some gym stuff here and there. I'm in a different stage than I was a year ago. I'm now a moderate level puller. I've been competing in pros for the past like 2 years. Um, and I think I'm finally getting more conditioned. And now I want to take things up to the next level. I'm not a beginner anymore, intermediate. I don't think I'm at that advanced level yet. How I see advanced level is I think Mindaugas is the perfect example of that. He's been pulling for 18 years, I think it was. That's 3 years difference than how long I've been alive. I'm 21. So at that point, like your training is gonna be look a lot different. You're trying to maintain, you're trying to stay healthy. He's not juicing up to the gills to try to get bigger for each person. He's trying to gain gradually. He said he didn't really believe in peaking, which I agree. When you're like a natural athlete, you don't really do the peaks as much. It doesn't really work as well. So if you're at an advanced stage where you've been arm wrestling forever, that makes more sense. I just think that a lot of people do not have good training programs, do not have good training strategies. It's either they don't work hard enough or they're working way too hard. There's no in between. You keep working, working, you're having tendonitis all the time. I don't know how much that's benefiting you. Like, I really don't. And then the other people, Then all of a sudden they're like, I'm so tired of this, I'm going to take 2 months off. That's not good either. The most important thing is to stay healthy. If you are healthy for 5, 10, 15 years and you're able to consistently train, obviously you're going to have some things here and there. You're going to get better. Just maintain progress. Arm wrestling is a long term sport. People have been doing it. There's so many people that are like, I've been arm wrestling for 40 years. How many other sports can you say that in? Football? No. The other football? No. Baseball? No. Basketball? No. Like, no. None of the big sports, like, even powerlifting, like, you can't be at a high level after 40 years of doing it. I just don't see that as much. Definitely not strongman. Definitely not bodybuilding. Arm wrestling is a very unique sport that a lot of us are lucky to have seen. I saw it on YouTube one random day and I was like, this is a sport? Are you kidding me? And now everyone says that to me. They're like, you do arm wrestling? Really? But the most important thing is to stay consistent. I recently had New England Championship, which is one of the biggest tournaments in the Northeast. And for the first time, I placed in the pro class. In that moment, I kind of realized that all my training has been paying off. But it takes a while because, like, the gaps in strength are so small. They're smaller than you think. The best guy around here might be like 5% stronger than me. It might take me a year to get 5% stronger. And if they're not training at all, like, I'm going to get closer to them. It's the same for all you guys. Like, the gaps are not as big as you think for some of these people. Obviously, like, the guys that you're grabbing with two hands and you have to go like this to even do anything for them. The gap's pretty big, but a lot of the guys, you think it's more than it really is. If you stay consistent and you keep working at it, you will get better, you will get stronger, you will improve yourself, but just make sure you don't overdo it. Do blood flow. Do some full range of motion stuff here and there. It's okay. I didn't really want to give any specific exercises, but I do want to talk about like what's the most important exercise? What do you guys think? Is it back pressure? Is it cup? I'm going to tell you it's depending on what your move is. If you're a top roller, yeah, back pressure, pronation, rise. It's the most important thing for you. If you're a hooker, I would say it's more side pressure, supination, and cup. So it really depends on what you want to do. What do you want to get good at? What move do you want to do? All beginners, I recommend top roll first. Hook, hook is bad for new pullers. Like whenever I'm arm wrestling someone who's never arm wrestled before and they try to go inside, I'm like, all right, so think of it as pulling, not pushing. Because when you think of it as pushing, you're gonna hurt yourself. But I don't want to just rant. I'm actually sick. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. I have a bad sore throat. I'm about to go do some arm wrestling training, even though I'm sick. Gotta be consistent. All right, that was just a quick little thing. Let me know what you guys want me to talk about. A lot of you said you want to give more training tips, styles, like exercise, stuff like that. So let me know. All right, see you later.